What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today. Um, Unfortunate $600 lost. Tradesyncer issues again. My four evals or my three evals. They didn't copyright. Which is good this time because instead of losing like 400 on each, I only lost 100, which can't complain. But all right. Coming into the trade recap, we have this data high here because of Trump's tweet right here, which is due to recent bad price action, I've decided to make any alpha futures account 50% off with code mish50, only limited to 48 hours, which made the market jump because that was positive news. Obviously joking, April Fools, got you guys, but alpha futures is having 50% off sale, so if you guys are interested, tap in with that. All right, actually time for the trade recap. Donald Trump did tweet right here, and we did make these data highs, which were against my bias because I was looking bearish on the day, and I'll explain why in a minute. But again, right, very beautiful setup right here. Okay, and the reason I'm saying this is because right coming into open, even though we had that data high, we had right here, we had a 30-minute BPR right here, which was my main I wanted to see how price would react to this. Okay, so I was like, if we are going to be so I was like, if we're gonna be bullish, right, we should inverse this and then either continue higher to here, okay? Which I did kind of catch in this long in my second trade here, but I was also looking to see like we should, if we were bullish, just rip through right here, rip this data high right off open, and then potentially catch longs. If not, like how we did here, right? Like we didn't take this right away. Like we could have easily came up and taking this liquidity and then look for shorts. And you could have said, yeah, well, why didn't you wait for this? The reason was we had a 30-minute BPR right here, right? 30-minute BPR, and obviously it got inversed, but at the time, right, we were trading within it and we were respecting the BPR. We also had a 15-minute right here, same thing as well, right? So there was no reason for me to be bearish, especially or bullish, right? Especially after this high was made. And again, I saw this 5-minute fair value gap right here. All I was waiting to see was an inverse. Beautiful. This is an A+ setup. BG trading, right? Like this is literally everything I teach, everything I want to see happens. And again, this is just a loss. Now, however, I could have definitely learned from this. Reason being is, for example, right? A lot of traders. So a bunch of people did take this trade, but the thing I feel like I specifically did wrong that I could definitely improve on is having my stop loss a lot tighter, just to limit losses. So I could have had it either there, or honestly, a lot of people even had it tighter. Like right here would have been good because essentially the whole idea of a tight stop loss would have just been like, we need to see price rip because there's no reason for price to chop up here and then rip, right? Especially since we had 10 a.m. Eastern news that I did hold through just because I had so much conviction in this trade. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I manually exit out my position. I will show you guys more on Monday. Manually exit out my position when we inverse this 5-minute right here, this 5-minute bearish gap. So like right there, boom. Yeah, not much you could really do about that. Like it's just tough. Like A+ setup, and then took this break-even setup. So I'm gonna talk about how I took this long because this long was not as obvious. I don't think I saw anybody else take this, and I'm gonna explain my reasoning behind it. Right. So with this setup failing, this short failing, we inverse this 5-minute. What else do? We also inverse the 15 and 30-minute I was talking about later. So I was then looking for okay, if we're not gonna go down, there's only one way to go up. There's only one way to go, and that would be up, right? Obviously. So what I was looking to see was I just didn't have as much conviction, certainly not as much conviction as that first short. So I wanted to see literally everything get inversed. Waited for this 1 minute to get inversed. Boom. We had a change in state of delivery on the 32nd right here, right? We closed stronger, and then took this. My original stop loss was right here, but once we made this low right here, I kind of over risked on this trade. Was risking like $50 or $60 or $70 per account more than I would have intended to, but again, I just wanted to see us rip, so I moved it to here. Didn't come back. We did make this SMT, I believe, like this. So that was good. Kept my stop loss right there because I was like, again, if we're going to rip it below this SMT, then there's no point of me even being in this trade. Hit my break even, went break even, got stopped out, break even, and then we would have, yeah, we literally just chopped around, and then we took data highs. So the thing I really want to focus on in this video is how can I learn from this, because obviously so many people took this out. I journaled this, and it's like, how can you learn from something like this where it's an A+ setup and then it fails, right? My main thing is I feel like it has to have something regarding with this data high. Like this data high has to be like the strongest draw in liquidity, and I guess you could say that I underestimated that draw. But I mean, at the same time, when you have such bearish conviction on the markets, like I'm not mad, okay? Like that's certainly one thing that you have to kind of accept as a trader. It's like it's an A+ setup. It's following your strategy. It's following your rules. You're doing everything right. Like that's the setup that you want to take. And sometimes they're not going to play out. Obviously, it's tough. Obviously, it's not what you want it to be. But again, right? Beautiful conviction. I honestly, if this would have came lower, would have low-key like held. Just wanted probably trailed because we had so many draws lower. This was another thing I feel like I didn't really mention this. We had so many draws lower. Like we had a 4-hour bullish gap, or 30-minute gap, I believe. What was it? Or 15-minute gap. Yeah, 15-minute gap. We had Asia lows. We had London low, this low that we swept London lows with. We had this low. We had this gap. We had Asia lows. And not to mention, we just had, I felt like we were so overextended because of this 4-hour range. Like, look at this. This is literally just all blue candles. We're straight pumping up, right? If we're going to pump out and we're not going to see a retrace, why would I not want to see a rebalance of the range? Like it just doesn't make sense to me, especially when we have literally no retracement of any sort. Definitely something that I'm not mad about. Also not mad about that my accounts didn't copyright, but again, if you guys know any other Tradesyncer, trade copier thing, then Tradesyncer, let me know. Still having problems with it, but yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it. Looking over everything that I've talked about, but no, yeah, A+, 10 out of 10 setup. This first one again, and then the second one, if I had to rate it, that's I feel like a thing that I've been doing, just rating my setups. Would give it a 7 out of 10 just because like I feel like I just hate like taking 2 trades in one day, and I know I did it yesterday. I know I literally just won off of it, and then today got a loss and a break even, whatever. But I feel like I could then act off of FOMO, which just doesn't make me think it's a 10 out of 10 setup. Like the first one was obvious, like it was like a clear draw on the day. If we were gonna go lower, that would have been it. And then the second one, like if I got stopped out, I would have been mad at myself a lot more. And I feel like that's just the one thing that's like pushing back my setup from being an A+ setup, right? Still something I can definitely learn about, something that I could definitely journal. And I can't really be mad at it. Like can't really be mad at the day. Yeah, so Tradesyncer saved me today. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Cop yourself some accounts, mish50 for the next like 12, 24 hours. I don't even know. Check if it's 50% off mish50. If not, mish, just code mish on Alpha Futures will get you 10% off any account, anytime, anywhere, and you got it, bro. So have a great rest of your days, and I'll catch y'all boys later. Peace out.